Craig Nielsen here for Battlefield 35 this coming Saturday night, March 28th, live from the River Rock Show Theater. We've got a great card in store for you that night, and one of the fun fights on the main card is a couple of pros, one making his pro debut. I'm talking about Nick Ghaeni against Jamie Siraj. We've got Jamie on the phone with us, and Nick is here in studio with us. Welcome, guys. How are you guys doing?
I'm good, thanks.
I'm doing good, thank you.
Okay, Nick, now you were preparing for somebody else for most of your training camp. It was supposed to be a rematch with Craig McLean up until last week, where you got the news that, of course, he was injured, which was too bad. Now you're facing Jamie Siraj, who has more experience as a pro fighter and a perfect record at 2-0. Do you consider Siraj perhaps the tougher opponent?
Well, I train my mind not to think about that. All I've been doing is focusing on myself and enjoying the journey towards.
Jamie, do you consider Nick to be a tougher opponent than your original opponent down in Alberta? And how do you think you match up style-wise against Nick?
I think they're two different skill sets. My opponent, Grand Prairie, comes from more of a boxing background, where Nick, he has good punching power, but he's primarily a wrestler. So just different scenarios, but he's definitely the toughest guy I've fought in so far.
Now, Nick, you come from a solid wrestling background. Nick happens to be an Olympic alternate in wrestling. Do you think he's going to be able to dictate where this fight takes place? Is his wrestling a concern of yours?
No, this isn't a wrestling match. This is a fight. Stand-up, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, I'll be able to outwork him in any area of the game. I'm a more complete fighter, and I'm going to dictate the pace of this fight right off the start.
So, Nick, hearing what he said about both of you as being wrestlers, do you think he's trying to nullify that what might be an advantage for you? Do you think it's been working, and are you working to dictate where this fight takes place?
I'm looking for anything in the fight. Absolutely anything he gives me, I'll take. And I don't have one way of doing this. Once I get in there, I have no mind. I'm in there completely with my training camp. I trust my team and I trust my coach. So that's all I need to know.
Now, he's had two pro fights, and he's finished both of them pretty quickly within the first 2 minutes of the first rounds. Now, of course, you've never lost a fight in your career. Do you think he's going to come out really hard, and do you think you'll have to weather an early storm, and stay away from, avoid what's happened to his first couple of opponents in his pro career?
I don't know. When we get in there, I just feel it out. I just want to drown him like water, and like all my opponents, it's the same game. It's to fight them, beat them, win. And I plan on winning that night.
Jamie, you faced and fought and beaten a lot of tough guys. Nick is undefeated, and, well, like you just said, probably your toughest opponent to date. So let's hear it. What is your prediction for Saturday night? I'm assuming you're going to predict that you're going to win, but how and when?
I predict either a first or second round knockout or submission. Wherever the fight goes, I'm looking to finish. I definitely see me getting my hand raised and finishing Nick Ghaeni on March 28th.
And Nick, how do you respond? What's your prediction?
I'm open for anything. I'm open to do anything he gives me. I'm in there, and he will see. All of you will see, and that's it. My training will do its talking.
Okay, well, thank you, Nick. Thank you, Jamie, for joining us. Folks, once again, just want to remind you, it is Battlefield 35, March 28th at the River Rock Show Theater. It is going to be a heck of a card. We hope to see you there.